At level 38 Slayer, you can kill Vyres, but if you've completed Sins of the Father quest, you can kill Vyrewatch Sentinels, which players often kill this on or off task, actually, as it's a great AFK moneymaker because it's right next to an altar, and these NPCs never become tolerant to you as long as you're not wearing the Vyre Noble robes that I have on right now. So after completing Sins of the Father quest, you can come to this location in Darkmire, which is actually arguably one of the busiest spots in game to AFK, and you can just AFK on these Vyres. I was wearing proselyte armor, but you could bring Sunfire armor, God robes, whatever you have with the highest prayer bonus to make your AFK time last so much longer. And when you do run out of prayer, don't bring any prayer pots because there's an altar right here. You can just recharge your prayer. Blood shards are currently 13 million GP, and on task, you can expect the blood shard in 1.5k. My current loot tracker, I had 1,750 kills, and I made 7.5 mil. Unfortunately, I got unlucky, and I did not get a blood shard, but I've already gotten a blood shard on a drop from these guys. At level 50 Slayer, you can kill Mutated Bloodvelds, which are a stronger variant of the regular Bloodvelds in game. These guys have decent alchables, herbs, and blood rune drops. On my loot tracker, I've killed over 2,000 of them for a total of 4.25 million GP. There are 3 popular locations. The first, where I'm at right now, the Meyerdeach Laboratories, which is a multi-combat zone. You could bring a cannon, bring some ranging potions and some super combat potions. The second location is the Ironworth Dungeon. It's not a multi-combat zone. You can still bring a cannon and you can range them across the rocks, and the cannon can still act like a multi-combat zone. And these do drop crystal shards if you're going for those. And the third location being the Catacombs of Karen, which is a multi-combat zone, but you can't bring a cannon. But I do suggest you do it here, as you can get Dark Totem pieces, and you can try your luck at the Skatizo boss pet, which unfortunately I was not able to get, so good luck. You can use the new Slayer potion called the Goading Potion. So when you consume that, each sip will last 6 minutes, and it will cause any non-aggressive monster or NPC within a 9x9 tile area around you to gain aggression against you. And each potion will last 24 minutes in total. They're a little bit pricey, around 60 to 80k, but it's totally worth it. At level 60 Slayer, you can kill Deviant Spectres. These are the stronger variant of the Aberrant Spectres. On my current loot tracker, I have 2,500 KC for a total of 6.6 million GP. These drop a ton of alchables, herbs, high-level seeds, and battle staves, as you see. If you're at this location in the Catacombs of Karen, you will also be getting Ancient Shard drops and the Dark Totem pieces, which I just spoke about. Here in the Catacombs of Karen, there's a group of 3 and a group of 5. I spent all my time in the room with the group of 5. It's a multi-combat zone. Again, you can't bring a cannon, but you just throw on your Protect from Mage with your Slayer helm, and these guys will never hit on you. Also, at 60 Slayer, you can kill Basilisk Knights, which is the stronger variant of Basilisk. These can be found on the Island of Stone, but you must complete the Fremnik Isles quest in order to kill these. These guys drop tons of alchables, herbs, or, and most notably, the Basilisk Jaw, which is about 21 million GP right now, and they drop that at a rate of 1,000 on task. On my current loot tracker, I have almost killed 1,100 of them, and I got 3 jaw drops, which is just insane luck considering they're at a rate of 1 in 1,000. And my total loot tracker GP is sitting at 68 million just from these guys alone. I do suggest you bring your strongest defensive melee armor, so you can bring bandos, or if you want to range them from a safe distance and never get hit on you, just pray mage. You can bring your strongest and best range gear. You can bring the Blood Fury if you're going to be doing melee, and this will grant you some great AFK time. You must also be wearing the Mirror Shield or bring the V's Shield. At level 75 Slayer, you can kill Gargoyles in the Slayer Tower in the Mortmire Swamp on either the top floor or the basement. I do suggest investing in the Gargoyle Smasher perk from the Slayer Master. It only costs 120 points, because every kill, you must throw a rock thrown hammer to finish off the Gargoyle, and this perk will do it automatically for you. Do note you can only kill these on task, but it's a great AFK task. These drop the famous granite mauls at a rate of 1 in 256, and they're about 750k right now. They also drop rune alchables, runes, ore, supplies. In my loot tracker right now, I have just over 1700 KC, and I've gotten 6 Gmaul drops, so that's pretty good. At a total loot of 10.7 million GP. Each kill is about 3.5k, and you can expect to make about 350k an hour, and that's excluding the granite maul drops. At level 77 Slayer, you can kill brutal black dragons. These dragons are also found in the catacombs of Karen. They're a tougher version of regular black dragons, but they are weaker than KBD. You can kill these on or off task as you wish. They're very AFK. You can make quite a bit of GP here too, actually. They drop the Dragon Visage at a rate of 1 in 10,000. Dragon Plate Legs, Dragon Skirt, D Spear, D Med Helm, D Longsword. They drop full rune armor, and there's a bunch of other alchables they drop. They drop some runes, some supplies, some dragon darts, dragon arrow tips. It's crazy. There's so many alchables they drop. And obviously they drop dragon bones every kill and 2 black dragon d'hide. They also drop the dark totem pieces, which I mentioned earlier, for killing Skatizo. And each kill here is worth about 30k GP, making this well over 1.5 mil an hour. And that's just completely being AFK. Bring some anti-fire protection, obviously. Gray Mage, and you will hardly take any damage. Just tank the melee hits from them. I went with the basic melee setup, but you can bring a range setup and kill them from a safe distance as well. Right outside the hole you go in, there's a bank, and there's also an altar, so you can recharge your prayer, run to the bank, resupply, and then head right back in. At level 84 Slayer, you can kill Drakes, which is basically just a wingless dragon. They are found in Mount Carolum, in the Slayer dungeon there. You must bring boots of stone, brimstone boots, or granite boots, otherwise you can't access them. This is not a multi-combat zone, but you could still bring a cannon to help speed up some kills. You do need to bring some anti-fire protection, and you can kill these on or off task, which is great. They do drop the Drake's Tooth and the Drake's Claw at a rate of 1 in 512, and they're about 60k and 500k each. Along with that, they drop the Dragon Throne Axe and the Dragon Knives at a rate of 1 and 2k. There are tons of other alchables, tons of runes, herbs, and seeds, and you can expect about 500k an hour from AFKing these. And as you see in my loot tracker, I have just under 1,000 kills for 8.9 million GP. And you can see there's tons of herbs, tons of alchables, and this was completely AFK. At 85, you'll be able to kill Abyssal Demons. These are the strongest type of demons in the game. They drop the iconic Whip at a rate of 1 in 512, and the Abyssal Dagger, which is at a crazy rate of 1 in 32,000, so don't really expect to get that. They also drop some herbs, some runes, some alchables, and the totem pieces if you are doing it in the Catacombs of Karen. They can also be found in the Slayer Tower on the 3rd floor and the basement, the Wilderness Slayer Cave, and the Abyssal area. But again, I do suggest doing it in the Catacombs of Karen for the totem pieces. The best way to stack these are by ice barraging them, using the Vetonator Bow, or drinking the Goading Potion, which I mentioned earlier, to make them aggressive towards you. I have killed just about 1,500 of them. I got 9.3 mil, and I've gotten 5 whips. Each kill is worth between 1 and 7k, depending if you get the whip or not, so you can expect about 100 to 750k an hour in profit. At level 87 Slayer, we have Cave Kraken. These are found in the Kraken's Cove, just southwest of the Piscatorius fishing colony. They can only be attacked if you have them as a Slayer task, and to be assigned them, you also need 50 Mage. I'm not really sure why you need 50 Mage, but you do. They drop the Uncharged Trident at a rate of 1 in 200, the Kraken Tentacle at a rate of 1 in 1.2k. They drop tons of herbs, tons of seeds, runes, and alchables, and you can just as easily AFK the boss Kraken and go for that pet at a rate of 1 in 3k. If you like killing Cave Kraken or the boss Kraken, you can equip the Bracelet of Slaughter for a 25% chance for your kill not to count towards your total Slayer task kill, but you can still be granted the XP. It is best to use the Trident of the Seas or the Trident of the Swamp to kill Cave Kraken or the boss variant. as you cannot use melee against them. Each kill is worth about 3.5k, and you can expect about 500k an hour. At level 90 Slayer, you can kill Dark Beasts. There are 2 locations, one, the Mourner's Tunnels, as well as the Ironworth Dungeon in Prifddinas. For the most part, I did them in the Prifddinas Dungeon, because you can get the Crystal Shard drops. Both locations are not multi-combat zones, but you can still bring a cannon with you, and this helps speed up the kills. These drop the dark bows at a rate of 1 in 512, as well as runes, herbs, and some alchebals. In my loot tracker, I had 1,375 kills for a total of 8.25 million GP. And luckily for me, I got 3 dark bows. You can expect about 400k GP an hour AFKing dark beasts. Just bring some melee armor, put on prey from melee, and you can just AFK. And finally, at level 92 Slayer, you can kill Araxytes, which are found exclusively in the Mortmire Spider Cave. These drop the new Arania boots at a rate of 1 in 1.6k if you are on task, and they're currently going for about 8 million GP right now, along with tons of rune armor, runes, herbs, seeds, alchebals, and always the venom sacks. They always drop those, usually from 1 to 4, depending on the higher level or the low level spider that you're killing. And each one of those are going for 1.7k each. So right now, each kill is worth between 6 and 9k. You can bring a cannon and just absolutely piss through these guys. You must bring anti-venom though, because they will poison you. On my loot tracker, I have killed just under 900 of them. I've gotten 20 mil, and I got 2 loot drops. So unfortunately, I was unable to complete the Slayer log. I got 42 out of 80 items. As you can see, all those whips, those granite mauls, those kraken tentacles, dark bows, occult necklaces, dragon boots, dragon darts, throwing knives, axes, drake's claws, drake's tooth, basilisk jaw, the blood shard, the Urania boots. This is hundreds of millions of GP worth of items in this tab, and that's why Slayer can be so profitable. And a very special shout out and thank you to our 2 YouTube channel subscription memberships, Hudson and Robin. Thank you so much. And if you're interested in my Discord group, the link is down below in the video description. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you in the next one.